unquote, keep me faced, quote unquote, stay in character. And if you're tired, I prefer you say, well, listen, I'm a little exhausted. Can we like do this later, or can we talk later? And
Yeah.
I told you, and no disrespect, and anybody watching, I want you to just take it with a grain of salt. A particular artist back in '09, we were on the same plane going down to the Cellars when it was down at the Opry in Gaylord.
In Nashville?
In Nashville. And the individual saw me. I was coming, Dr. Bobby Jones, the late Al Hobbs, Carolyn Traylor, and Bishop William Murphy, along with this individual. They were all standing there, and I approached them to say hello, just to say hello. This person turned their nose up at me. I had to tell this person, look, you easily poop and pee just like I do. Get off your high horse. And I walked away, and Dr. Jones came to me later and says, wow. I wasn't expecting that. I told him, Dr. Jones, honestly speaking, I'm a person. I'm a people person. I don't care who you are. I told him, no disrespect, you included. I don't care how big you are. You're still a person. And that's the way I see you. But moving right along, enough with that. God bless you, Erica Campbell. Keep doing what you're doing. Here's one who is in a wrestling match for the 10th and the 11th spot. He was in 10 last week, and they kicked him out. But he's holding on tight to number 11 and staying close. When you look at the charts, the spins and everything, it is very close between him and the next one we're going to mention. But let's talk about Lamont Sanders. I think he's somebody that came out of nowhere because I don't have any background history on him as of yet. I haven't seen anything, and I got to look a little closer because he may have been there all the time, and I just didn't know it.
Now, this isn't his first song. I remember seeing him, over the past, and keep in mind that I've been doing countdown shows since 2015, and this is how I know a lot of the artists. So I have seen his name come up, I think, at least twice before. So it's definitely not new. He's just kind of making his way slowly, and I think that's best than coming out of nowhere. Your first song goes straight to number one. That's never a good thing. It's like I think it's better when
have no ceiling.
A slow climb. Like the first album was okay. The second was better. The third one was great. Boom, I got a hit. I think that's a little bit better than just coming out of the box with hit, unless you can keep doing it. And,
we have just a small handful that had the ability to do that.
Yeah.
And like, I'll go back to Yolanda Adams. I mean, I know she's not in our countdown that I know of at the moment. But I remember when she first broke out with the Southwest Texas Choir, and she did the song Liberty, Sacrifice. I mean, she was an almost instantaneous hit from that point on. And all she did was just climb from that point. So there are standard setters. We got Tasha Cobbs Leonard today, another standard setter. Okay, Kirk Franklin, when he first broke out.
Her first album, see, you don't remember the first album. Her first album didn't do that. It was actually not the first one. Now I'm trying to think if it was the second or the third. But her first album, was good. Of course, they're always good.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do not come straight out of the first project and boom, they've got a major hit. No.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, her first project did make the top 20, if it didn't make the top 10. So she's good. But moving right along, I said that Lamont Sanders was in a wrestling match. And who better to be in a wrestling match for the next spot than Todd Delaney and Pastor Smokey Norfolk? Talk to me about these two, my dear sister.
Well, I love this song. You remember we debuted it when it first came out, and we had already said this one's going straight to the top 10. Whether it goes to number one, I don't know as of this moment. But yeah, it's definitely a top 10 song, and it's a good one. Todd Delaney's had nothing but hits, one after the other. Smokey Norfolk adding him just makes it even greater. So
I would agree with that. And having played pro ball, this brother, I mean, what a transition, huh? Right. Popular on the ball field, and then you're popular in at least gospel music in the music industry. But hats off to him. Great job. Always does well. Always brings the standard. And when I say brings the standard, I just simply means he don't come back with sounding like he just broke out of a garage somewhere. Well, there are something to it. We bless God for it. Well, in the number 9 spot, along with, and he's becoming a legend in his own right, but he's working with a legend in this particular song. I call him Dr. Charles Jenkins and Fellowship Chicago, featuring the legendary Miss Stephanie Mills. Some of you may remember Stephanie Mills when her debut from the Broadway play The Wiz, and she has done nothing but climb. And she has had, I got to say, from a secular standpoint, some spectacular performances with different people like the late Teddy Pendergrass. But this song, Never Knew Love, inspirational, very, very well done. There's nothing else I can say. The arrangement on it by itself with Chicago and with Dr. Jenkins, I mean, it's just like phenomenal. Okay. And to see them in the number 9 spot, I would safely say they're in the top 10. Can they get the number 1? I think they got close, but I think 3 or 4 is as close as they got. So let's see what happens, because we've seen some bounce backs. We have seen some bounce backs. So let's wait and see what's in store for them. All right. Let's move to the next one.
Number 8. Now, this is my man. Every time I've seen Fred Hammond, I don't care how long it's been, he's always so very gracious.
Yes.
Such a wonderful guy. We took some, if you look at my Facebook picture, you'll see some photos of myself and some of my other coworkers with him, and he's just like that every time. He has never been one of those that, we seen him and he was tripping. No, never. Just always such a great host. He usually has some sort of after a concert, where he has like the media come up, and that's what we're doing, just sitting and chilling. I can remember a few years back when, it was Festival of Praise. I believe it was the first one. I believe it was the first one that came through our city. And of course, we were the media sponsors. So I said, you know what, we're going to host a meet and greet. And I actually, doing it in my grand style, I hosted a look-alike Fred Hammond contest.
Wow.
And sing-alike contest. And it was huge. I mean, it was a huge promotion. We had people coming from everywhere. And you should have seen the guys who looked like him absolutely didn't look like him.
He looked like he had twins all over the country, huh?
The winner was 12 years old. And when we introduced him to Fred Hammond, Fred said, "Oh, my God, that's me at 12. And
wow.
He said he absolutely looked exactly like this boy. And I said, he looks like his son. There was a few others that, looked at like him as an adult. But I felt like this boy looks like he could be his son, I said, "Mom," she said, no. So he said,
hey, Mom, make a claim, Mom.
And Fred was just tickled pink about the whole thing. I was like,